All right, guys. Fuller coming to you with just a real quick commentary. Um, so if you've been rocking with this channel, you understand that I just tell it how it is. I just give the reality of the situation that you see on social media, and that unfortunately, um, I want to say, like, has like real life consequences. Um, I would like to assume that my followers um, have lives off of social media, get to their day to day and do what's necessary, to try to improve their lives and try to live the best, highest quality of their lives. I hope, that's you. Also, I hope that, basically, you stay blessed and you stay thriving, under these crazy circumstances, because we live in some weird circumstances right now. That's just the bottom line. The circumstances we live in is very, very weird. Um, it's just like very strange times, to say the least, right? So, one thing is that, for better or for worse, my father, he installed he installed like basically a lot of principles and things like that in me that, you know um a lot of people may not, agree with. And one thing I want to say, and this was given to me, basically, I found it on social media, and I found it to be very truthful. And what it was saying, and this is a quote by Nipsey Hussle. So he said, and this is how I run my channel. This is how I operate my channel, and basically this is how I operate, giving my viewpoint on things. He said, top of the AM, I hope all y'all inspired to be great, and also hope that y'all know I'll never be affected by social media backlash or change my opinion because they're unpopular. So, I have some unpopular opinions on this channel. These unpopular opinions have, of course, uh, have made people come to this channel, insult me, have made people like make kind of like a career out of trolling me, like they've kind of made it an obligation to leave a comment on the bottom of the channel just to troll me. you know um some of these people you will find in like different uh content creators channels, or if they have live chats, and they'll be like insulting me and stuff like that. But that quote by the late great Hustle Man, you know, gave me even more clarity about like what I'm doing, what line I stand on, and things like that. But anyhow, I want to say that, my father instilled things in me that are unpopular. He instilled things in me that are very unpopular, especially unpopular with Western women, and definitely unpopular with, you know, um, even some Western men. You know, Despite those facts, I still hold my line. You know what I mean? Some of the things my father instilled in me is just basically that, you have to hold down your line. You have to basically believe in your believe in what you stand on, But he also, my father also basically instilled in me to be to always fear God, meaning like to keep the deen first, meaning keep my Islam as your foundation. And again, when we talk about Islam, we must differentiate the mainstream Islam you see versus the traditional African Islam that was brought to me, you know. This is actually a picture of my father, you know. He is to the far left, and these are with his cadres when he was fighting for independence against the colonizer. This is my pops right here, and one thing that my pops taught me is, you know, because, you know, when you have bullets flying towards you, bombs going off on you, being in the field, like really in the field, you have, as hard as it is, you can't panic. You know, you have to have stoicism, and that's the reason why, you know, my uncle gave me this pic, is to show that despite what was going on, you know, my father had a stoic outlook. So I say all of this to say that despite my, you know, haters, and despite people who come to this channel to antagonize me, I'm always going to stay on code. You know, always going to stay on the code which my pops, you know, instilled in me. No matter what is said about me, no matter what is like done to conspire against me, you know, I'm still going to just stay on code and keep my stoicism. And I'm also going to be the type to not let those things hinder me from doing what I'm doing or going where I'm going, you know. But anyhow, sorry for the long spill. There is and I've had a breakdown of her on my channel before, but there is a dating, I guess, matchmaker type woman, Kendra G, who, you know, I guess she tries to set up people, tries to get them, like, ask them, hey, what do you want? What are you looking for in a man? Things like that. Like, she does that. That's part of her job. So, I don't know how much success she has, but yeah. But a clip is circulating around now, and this is why it's important. That's why fathers are so important, and that's why I mentioned my dad, based on how I am. You know what I mean? Like, I just mentioned my dad because of the simple fact my dad, you know, my dad has a lot of effect on who I am. You know what I mean? How he carried himself, you know. But anyhow, this clip has basically shown that if you have another man not standing up for men, that it's easy for a woman to basically go with the narrative that women push in society today, meaning that men ain't shit, men are trifling, men are this, men are that, men ain't no good, where are all the good guys at, this, that, and the other. So with the clip I'm about to show, we have to ask the question then, okay, well, who needs feminism when you have this, or who needs like the bashing of men when you have this? Let's get into it.
God, guard your heart to the right man. Remember, you are not second to nobody. You are first to them. Yes, you ladies, I want you to value yourself. Only time you need a man is to lift something heavy, really.
He's a radio personality. And
shout out to Please Act Right too, as well. And if you don't subscribe to his channel, tap in with him.
Social media following of her own. Take a listen to the advice that her father is giving her and everyone else that's listening. Now, as an older black man, this hurts me to my very core.
Give the ladies some advice. Yes, you ladies, I want you to value yourself.
Now, I don't know if, okay, he said value yourself, which is good, you know, that's not bad to tell a woman to value herself. Not bad advice, you know. Everybody should value themselves, right?
Anytime you need a man is to lift something heavy, really.
Personality, and as a social media.
Need a man is to lift something heavy, really. Let God core. Give the ladies some advice. Yes, you ladies, I want you to value yourself. Only time you need a man is to lift something heavy, really.
So, if a man is saying this about other guys, and he's repeating the narrative of the narrative that we hear about, like the I don't need no man narrative and things like that, if he's repeating that, then what do you think's going to happen when women see this and when young women see this? Do you think that they're going to be like, okay, well, yeah, do you think they're going to be, how should I put it? I guess given the right advice to maybe live at harmony with men? Or is this advice going to lead to them being combative with men? Because in reality, right? Let me pull it up real quick. And you don't have to go by my words, but let me pull it up. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, and I can read the, I guess I'll read the Arabic first, and then I'll read the translation of it, you know. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ومن آياتي أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا عليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. And so what that translates to is, and it is among his signs that he has created for you wives from among yourselves, so that you may find tranquility in them. And he created love and kindness between you. Surely in this there are signs for people who reflect. So I read this verse for the simple fact that, and this was my pops instilled to me, and this is what my pops instilled to me. And this is why I choose not to let like a lot of women in my space at all, you know, especially in the West, because like we already come from like dysfunction living in the West. Living in the West, especially being an immigrant and, you know, going through the motions of that and adjusting, it's already kind of like dysfunctional, right? So we look for like a woman to be peaceful. We look to be at peace with women for the most part. So if you're, it's not about being a real man and dealing with a combative woman. That's not the point. The point is we want to be in peace. You know what I mean? Being out in the world, trying to make something happen, especially trying to make something happen from scratch, is a big enough challenge as it is. So why would someone want to come home to someone combative? Nobody wants that, you know? But yet when you listen to Kendra G's father, he's kind of gaslighting a woman to be like that.
Let God guard your heart to the right man. Remember, you are not second to nobody. You are first to everything.
Okay, see? And here's the thing. You can't put a woman first before your bottom line. I've seen it happen before when, for example, guys may spend their last. Guys may spend their last trying to impress a woman. Guys may go into debt, go broke, trying to impress a woman because they were taught that they had to put these women first. No, you put your vision first. You put your bottom line first. And I'm going to say the only thing I agree with is, well, you have to really have God in order for that to happen. But you put the foundation of God first, and then a woman falls into your plan. You know, that's how it should work. You know, a woman falls into your plan. You know, it's interesting. And this story was told to me by my pops. It was about another cadre. But what happened was during the PAIGC guerrilla war against the Portuguese, you know, a lot of men went on the field, you know. So what happened is their wives just fell into place, you know, and became part of the struggle by default. You know, they weren't even aware that, hey, you know, now we're becoming part of the struggle. But what happened was there was, I think her name was, my pops told me this before he transitioned, but there was Fatoumata Diallo, who, you know, her husband was on the field. And so what she used to do is she used to just bring food and stuff like that for him. And she eventually, what happened, became a nurse and tended to the struggle, you know. The point I'm trying to make is that she fell into his vision, you know. She fell into his bottom line. And we see this throughout history, you know, especially with the Haitian Revolution. The women of the Haitian Revolution, they fell into the man's bottom line. You know what I mean? They didn't say me first. You know, they didn't say, oh, I'm numero uno. They didn't do that. So I can't agree with him.
Because of you, we have life. You are the life givers.
Okay, so let's hypothetically speak. Say if all the men decided that, you know what I mean, decided that they weren't going to, let's just say all the men in the world ran out of semen. let's just hypothetically speak and say, okay, every man in the world is out of semen. In every boy that is birthed, right? It's out of semen too. Let's just say that. Will women be able to produce life? And I'm just going by my words, I'm just going by my words. But, God created Adam, alayhi salam, first. And then from Adam, he created Hawa, alayhi salam. So, again, the first creation that we know of that is a human, was a man. There was no woman in the process of creating that man. So again, this narrative is tired and old. That her father is saying.
Matter of fact, you are the eyes of God. He made woman. He made man first, but then he said, I can do better. So he made you.
Oh, shit. Wow. I can do better. So he made you. Freaking sad. Freaking pathetic. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And you know what's sad? Women are going to eat this up. Women are going to eat this up. I don't know what to say about that one. Don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words for that one, I can't even think of any words, for that one.
So remember that. Value yourself, because if you don't, who's going to?
Kendra G's father should know better than the sin of keeping black families apart. Male slave.
Okay, so that was the clip. I can't, at the end of the day, what can we say? This is where we're at with it, I don't know if she was gaslighting necessarily. But yeah, it's not cool. But let's look at something before I close this video out. And shout out to Rubo Zaman for this video too.
I really can't believe I'm building my credit back with my own money.
See your cheeks, that's it. And this is why I say that if you're going to have sexual intercourse, make sure you're going to be married to that person before doing it.
I was 13 when I lost my virginity. Fast forward 8 years, bitches still feeling me.
So
drop 6 racks on the.
I'm not even.
Okay, so I'm going to end on this note. 13 years old, loses virginity. 11 years later, which would make her 24. Yeah, 24. 11 years later, she said she has 600 plus bodies. Now, I don't know if it's true that she has 600 plus bodies, but the society has made it out that it's okay for her to broadcast how many sexual encounters she's had. So now we have to ask ourselves these questions as men, We have to really ask ourselves this deep question. will a woman really tell us their true body count? Like, will a woman really tell us how many people they've actually been with? Or are they going to tell us the, like, just like, I guess you can say the boyfriend, I want a boyfriend provider number. You know, we have to ask ourselves this question now. Number 2. Like, will you be able to please a woman who, you know, has racked up all that mileage? You know, if indeed it's true that she has 600, you know. And also, would you get pleasure from it, you know? And do you run a risk of having a disease come from that? You know what I mean? Like that, these are questions we have to ask ourselves. You know, I said I was going to be done with commentary, but I think I'll add one more to it. Now, another phenomenon that's been happening is women are increasingly violent, you know. Women are becoming more violent, you know. But with that violence, you know, you never know who you're messing with. And I think they've been told that, you know, they can do things like this. But it looks like this is another girl's car or something like that. And and here's another problem. The boyfriend is not controlling his girlfriend. The boyfriend is not controlling his girl. So when the boyfriend doesn't have any control over the girlfriend, guess what? Other people take control. Let's look at this real quick. Dumping. Now you see that woman she didn't give a F about started unloading on her ass. So I don't know, man. Crazy times we're living in, to say the least, you know. Crazy times we're living in, weird times. But yeah, that's why that the Nipsey tweet that I showed you is very relevant to how this channel is ran, you know. But anyhow, man, it's just another commentary. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments, like and subscribe to the page, and let me know what y'all think about Kendra G's father's you know, his words about men, you know. Well, anyhow, Foolish signing out. Njarama.